How to make Lulu Paper Doll's newest K-pop dolls book. This video is going to be super detailed, so make sure to save it for later. Let's go over the supplies to start. You're going to need our printable template, cutting supplies, double-sided tape, clear tape, glue tape, and then lamination is optional. I personally have a laminator, so I just need laminating pouches, but you could also get these self-adhesive laminating sheets as well as just use packing tape, which I have a video about pinned at the top of my page. Okay, now let's get started. The first step is to cut out all of your pages and pieces. When you get to the vanity page, you do want to cut out the mirror. I like to just lightly fold it and then create a hole to cut around. You should end up with something like this, and we will use it to create a pocket later. After you cut out all of the pages, it's time to move on to the pieces. When you get to this oven door, make sure that you cut out the middle. I like to use a paper cutter for this, but you could also just use scissors. Once you've cut out these binding pieces, make sure that you fold them down the middle before laminating. Okay, now we're onto the lamination. Use either a laminator, self-adhesive laminating sheets, or a packing tape to laminate your pieces. After they've been laminated, cut out all of your pieces. I like to leave a 1 to 2 centimeter border around all of my small pieces. I also leave the window for the oven door. You will need to cut out the window for the vanity page though. I do the same thing where I kind of fold it and then create a hole, then cut around. Now we need to bind our book. Get out your binding pieces and fold them all down the middle. I use scissors to make sure that they're creased well. Okay, now get out your double-sided tape and put double-sided tape on either side of the fold. I usually line it up so that there's still 1 to 2 centimeters between the fold and the double-sided tape. Okay, now where the double-sided tape is where we're going to be attaching our pages. Make sure your pages are in the correct order and then line them up to each binding piece. For reference, the back should look like this now. I like to press on it from the back as well to make sure it's strong. Okay, now just repeat this step to the rest of the pairs in the book. You should end up with pairs like this. Now we need to attach the pairs together. Match the pairs up so that you know which one goes right behind the other. It should look like this. Once you know where it goes, use double-sided tape to stick on the back of one of the pairs and then attach it to the page that's supposed to go behind it. Make sure you press down between each of the pages to make sure that it's sturdy. Now repeat this step to all of the pairs, so just keep putting double-sided tape on the back of one side and then stick it to the page that's supposed to go behind it. You should end up with a result that looks like this. Okay, now the next step I like to do is put on the front and back covers. Just put double-sided tape like usual and stick the front cover on, and then for the panel piece, only put double-sided tape on the outsides around it. This will create a pocket for your dolls to sit in. Back cover is super easy. Just put double-sided tape on it and then stick the back cover on. Okay, now let's work on the vanity piece. This is actually super easy. All you have to do is put double-sided tape on the outsides on the back of it, and then that creates a pocket for your doll to sit in. Now use the same technique for the recording studio and create a pocket for your dolls. Okay, now we're almost finished. We just need to make our interactive kitchen. Get your clear tape out and use it as a hinge to stick onto your cabinets. Make sure you line it up to the book and press out all of the air bubbles. Repeat this step to all of the cabinets. Once you're done, you can put clear tape on the back sides of the cabinets as well. This will help it be more sturdy and less floppy. Once you're done with the kitchen, just use the same technique for the vanity drawer. Now you have a storage flap for your makeup. Okay, now finally get out your glue tape and we're on to the funnest part. It's time to decorate our books. Roll the glue tape onto the back of your laminated pieces and you can reuse these pieces all the time. For the blankets, just only put it on the outsides of the blankets. That way the dolls could fit inside the blanket. I decided to go with this setup for the room, but you could do whatever you like. Go through the whole book and try out different layouts to pick your favorite. And since all of the pieces are laminated, you can change up the design whenever you like, so don't worry. So if you guys want to make this book too, just click the link in my bio or go to lulupaperdolls.com to get this printable template. See you next time!